we've gone from the low of 15,000, 16,000, let's call it, to, close to 70,000 right now, 63,000. I think we have, we could easily go up another 4 to 5x from here. That would put us at 250,000. And it could be as much as 500,000. And I think if I had to pick a spot at what this happens, I think we're going to probably get the most of it by the end of 2025, right? So yeah, maybe it keeps on going until 2026. But the next 18 months, I think, are going to be, could be really amazing. Could be absolutely spectacular. Somewhere between, 4x and 8x the return from where we are today. So that's just the bull market thing.
Fred Krueger, a well-known Bitcoin investor and mathematician, reveals his latest predictions and ideas about where Bitcoin is headed in the near future. Even though Bitcoin's price has been quite volatile in recent days, Krueger remains hopeful, predicting that the crypto asset would become worth 4 to 5 times more than it is now, possibly reaching $250,000 to $500,000 per coin by the end of 2025. In addition to Bitcoin's huge potential, Krueger analyzes the influence of government spending and monetary policies on asset values. He notes the appreciation of gold against fiat currency, citing a nearly 10x increase in gold's value over a 12-year period. While acknowledging gold as a good hedge against economic uncertainty, Krueger expresses a preference for Bitcoin over traditional assets. Let's now view clips of Fred Krueger explaining exactly why he's so bullish on Bitcoin. While watching, please give us a like to show your support, and subscribe to the channel for your daily dose crypto news. We hope you enjoy.
Stop, you don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
Now, what else do I think is gives me a lot of bullishness? Well, obviously the ETFs, right? So I think in addition to the fact that we're on sort of this bull market, we have the ETFs that are they're really just starting to kick in. And, we saw yesterday we had GBTC with the first positive inflow day ever. And I've sort of said, I think the ETFs, once we get back and we're, say, back to 70,000, I think those flows are going to come right back. Because I think these people, they may not participate when the market looks shaky, but when the market looks good, they're going to come back. And that's just like a turbo booster on top of the bullish sentiment that's just coming from the non-ETF part of the market. That's the second part. The third part, I would say, is, just from a pure fiscal irresponsibility, I think we have never looked more irresponsible than we are today. James Lavish is documented this really well. Larry Lepard has documented this. Lynn Alden has talked about it. But, look, we're definitely in kind of this, I would say, sort of the end game of fiat here. We're just printing like crazy. We got just absolute insane people like Stephanie Kelton who really think that we can just go print like whatever we want, we can just buy. And that won't have any impact on inflation or anything. And she uses the example of World War II to show how great things are when we just go spend like drunken sailors on something like, the war effort. And her new war effort is, the Green New Deal and climate change. So I just think that this kind of thinking is so wrong. It is so destructive to capital. So I think the fact that people just don't seem to even care at all about deficits is a reason why Bitcoin's going to do really, really well over the next 2 years. And then the last of all, I think we have an election. And I think at the end of the day, this election, whoever emerges from this election as the victor is going to go spend like crazy. If it's Trump, they're going to cut interest rates like crazy. But regardless, I think people are going to want to own Bitcoin. So I think we have a really great setup for the next 18 months. Very bullish. You got to be there in order to participate, though. If you get off this train even once, if you get spooked out of your position, you will not participate. So, I just would recommend just being fully invested and just having diamond hands.
In other news, analysts at Bernstein reaffirmed their 2023 prediction of Bitcoin reaching $150,000 in the current bull cycle, despite recent price retracements. Gautam Chugani and Mahika Sapra from Bernstein believe that Bitcoin's metrics actually indicate a healthy cycle in its early stages. Bernstein's initial prediction was based on the expected launch of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds in the US, which has since occurred. Despite Bitcoin's price hitting $73,700 and subsequently falling to $60,000, Bernstein remains confident in their forecast. Recent declines in Bitcoin's price have been attributed to profit-taking by investors and geopolitical tensions. However, Bernstein believes that these events are clearing excess leverage from futures contracts. This, in turn, would create a more favorable market environment for future growth. The analysts also enumerate positive factors such as inflows into spot ETFs, healthy post-halving transaction fees, steady hash rates, lower mining equipment costs, and increased Bitcoin purchases by corporate treasuries. They note that U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs recently experienced inflows after a 7-day outflow streak, which indicates growing investor interest. In particular, Grayscale's GBTC saw inflows for the first time, a significant improvement in market sentiment according to Bernstein. With all of that said, Bernstein remains optimistic about Bitcoins in the long term, citing an attractive risk-reward ratio. Now, here are more clips of Fred Krueger.
Felix Zuhoff, the Swiss sort of gold bug. I subscribe generally to his view. I think we've had this massive push of spending post-COVID, and we're spending as if we were in war. We're not at war, and things are going to get more expensive to produce. The world economy is going to work less well in the next decade than it worked in the last decade. Things are going to get a lot more expensive. And governments are going to print more and more money to solve this problem, quote unquote. Now, what Zuloff says, which I totally agree with, is that people don't realize that gold has actually appreciated 87% over the last 20, fiat has lost 87% of its value. Dollars has lost 87% of its value versus gold in 2002. So, which is, I've owned gold for that entire period, so I can absolutely tell you that that's correct. We've gone from $250 in gold to $270 to where it is today, right? So we've almost gone up 10x in those 12 years. So, what that means really is the S&P, the growth in the appreciation of the S&P, it's almost all due to fiat debasement. It's not like our economy's doing great and we've got this, no, not at all. We've just got a purely monetary stock market here. The stock market's completely a monetary phenomena, has been for the last 20 years, and it's going to continue to accelerate in this direction. And the reality is, this is how the government's paying its bills right now, because if they can inflate in nominal terms, they can also grab taxes in nominal terms when anybody turns over a house, turns over a stock. And so they're making between 30 and 50% of sort of long-term of all the activity that's in the system. So it's an unstable situation. It's likely to crash at some point in the next decade. Is it a death spiral? You can call it a death spiral. I think we're in the final stages, but I do expect something dramatic to occur in the next decade. And Zuloff doesn't understand Bitcoin, really. He's a gold bug. As I said, he's too old and he's too Swiss to get Bitcoin. I'm getting up there in age, but I'm not Swiss, so and I'm more of a techie, so I think I get Bitcoin.
Throughout history, investing in the stock market, particularly in the S&P 500, has been a dependable method to accumulate wealth over time. Despite the initial economic downturn triggered by the pandemic in 2020, the stock market made a robust recovery in 2023, witnessing a surge of over 24% in the S&P 500, as reported by financial expert Robert Kiyosaki. However, in 2024, Kiyosaki has recently expressed concerns regarding potential financial challenges on the horizon, cautioning about a potential crash akin to that of 2008. He recommends diversifying investments into assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin as a precautionary measure. Gold and silver have demonstrated impressive long-term growth trends, with gold's value soaring by over 6,000% and silver's by over 1,600% over the past 53 years. Despite its volatile nature, Bitcoin has experienced an extraordinary increase in value since its inception in 2009. Starting from a negligible value, it peaked at an all-time high of nearly $69,000 in 2021 and currently stands at approximately $60,000 per coin. This presents an astonishing surge of over 60 million% over the past 15 years. While skepticism still persists among some individuals regarding cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin's continuous growth over time indicates that it could be quite a valuable investment opportunity for those willing to comprehend and embrace it. Do you agree with Fred Krueger's preference for Bitcoin over traditional assets like gold? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and continue the discussion. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to see more related content, give this video a like to show your appreciation, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any important crypto news. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you again in our next video. For more Daily Dose Crypto News, check out these two awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.